Okay, so I got my head gasket this morning. I threw it in there. This is that Simplicity I bought yesterday. The gas tank had some crud in it, so we're gonna throw on a temporary tank here, just to see if this thing fires on its own here. It's temporary hooked up. We have fuel flow, I hope. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, looks like we got fuel flow. And the choke on that carburetor's backwards and some other stuff, but we'll fix that later. I'm gonna spray it up and see what it does. Little carb cleaner. I'm kind of amazed it runs that good because this thing's way in. The idle screw is way in, and it runs good. So I'm surprised, but it does. Now I'm gonna have to pull this carb off of here and modify it a little bit because the choke is wrong and backwards. This has to be hooked over here. And yeah, we'll pull that carb and modify that. I'll just weld a little tab on sticking out the other way so that the choke works normal. And I'll clean the carb and all that stuff, and we'll come back and see if this thing drives. Okay, so now we've done a running test. Let's see if it drives at all. I think it does. When I turned it over before, I don't want to see it on that, I don't think. Just in case, because I think it's going to be wet. It should do more than that, but I hate the wet butt. Let's see if this can drive. Looks good to me. I think I'm gonna button up the engine part. I got a shroud coming for the top. If the guy doesn't show up with it, I'll make one. But I'm going to put the air filter back on, put the points cover back on. Well, maybe not the air filter because I want to pull that carb and fix the choke. But I'm gonna do some work just off camera to get this thing buttoned up a little bit. And I'm gonna drive it around the yard and do a little testing. But it sounds great so far. I did really good. We'll get back to you. So now it has passed the running test, and yes, it drives nice. I'm gonna check it for leaks and check it over. I'm gonna pull that carburetor off and clean it and fix the choke. And then I think I'm gonna go on to a foot pedal modification because I hate the hand levers on these things. And then maybe I'll put the plow on it. I'm going to order some tire chains for it. I might even take the back wheels off of that home light over there because they're big wide tires and put them on this. And I'll make myself a nice tractor for plowing this winter. And then the home light can get fixed up also and maybe sold. So we'll see. Okay, I just emptied the carburetor and there's lots of water and stuff in here. And I'm gonna clean this all out. And another one, I can't believe it ran so good with all that crap in it. Crap in there, it's water and dirt. You know that water? It's amazing. It actually ran good too. I've been having some luck with this stuff. So what I'm gonna do is, since this is on the wrong side, I'm going to weld an arm out that way so that it pulls the right way. Now you gotta push the choke to turn it on. And I still can't believe it idles with that idle screw all the way in like that. That's kind of silly. There's something going on with that. So we're gonna clean this out. We're gonna weld that and make this carburetor work. It's a China carb, which there's many around. This one's a totally different configuration. This is on the wrong side. This one's in the wrong way, and you can't flip it because there's a flat spot on it, so that don't work. So I just got to weld an arm to it, and I'll clean this out and we'll put it back on. We're getting there. There we go. Okay, so I made my little lever up that's gonna make it the opposite way. I'm gonna tack it on there and see what happens here. I don't burn anything up. One side. I know it's weird welding to a carburetor, but sometimes you just gotta do something. Okay, there's my new lever that reverses the choke. So now I got the carburetor back on the engine, and there's my little choke modification. Now when you pull the choke, it chokes it. You push it off, so we're good there. Then I bent it out far enough so the air cleaner will fit on there. So that part is good, and of course it runs great. You can well, this. The muffler's got a hole, a little rattly over there. I'll patch that up, fix it, and I'll put the air filter on and keep going. You know what time it is now. Made myself up a foot pedal, and when I do, if nobody caught it last time, is I kind of set it on there and get the nice angle that I want. You have to have it below the pin so you can have reverse, and then I just mark it. Then I take my whiz wheel and I'll cut that off right on the mark. Just like the last one. Take a little piece off. I'll mount my piece of steel there, and I will have a very nice foot pedal. And then I'll bolt my aluminum to the piece of steel and wobble wobble. It will be a beauty. Again, just like the other one. It's very comfortable, very nice. It works good. And then we do the mod in the back. I'll get back to you after I stick that on. Okay, I have now got my foot pedal mounted. I welded my piece of steel underneath and drilled 3 holes and mounted my foot pedal. It still has that spring on it underneath, which pulls it back. I'm going to do a little more adjustment, but I think we got something going over here. I'm going to be back here. I did the same as the other one. I cut that shaft off in there and just ran the brake pedal up here. I still have to bend it down in the middle a little bit because it's rubbing. And then I'm going to come over here by the foot pedal, and there we have it. And then we're all adjusted out back here. I got to go underneath and remove that spring that pulls the clutch back. You'll see that when I step on my foot pedal. I think you can see my foot pedal. Yeah. When I step on it, it goes forward and springs back. Boom, there it goes. Don't want that. So you have to get rid of that return spring up underneath here. Somewhere. I know it's in here. Where did I hide it? Return spring. I know there is. Your return spring. Where are you? I see it. It's up top. Boy, it's way up in there. It's very hard to get to. But I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna win. You just know it. And either the top or the bottom, it's coming up one way or another. There we go. Came at the top and the bottom. Okay, so we're good there. Now, like I said, this one's gonna get a better neutral device than the other one, but for now, I'm going to put a spring on it like the other one. This one's pretty good right there. Yeah, it does want to spring into reverse. So just a weak spring on there for now. Should hold it in neutral, I'm hoping. I'll get rid of all this junk off of here. I got these window springs when we rebuilt this house. And I've been using them on everything. Okay. They used to be really long, but I cut them down. They're window springs. I took them out of the windows from the house. Okay. Like that. Let's try that. Okay, now it is in neutral. Now it's reverse. Now it's forward. It still wants to flop into reverse a little. So I think we're going to go a little more. This is only temporary. Like I said, I want to make a better one of these. Okay, now we're pretty good. Yes, it stays in neutral. So we're good for now. I think I'm going to take this thing out and drive it around a little and see how it does. I may want to adjust it a little bit. I'm not sure if I got enough forward or not. That's quite lean. I don't know if my foot can do that. If not, I'm going to do a little more to it. But we're in neutral. So we'll see what happens. Now I have my plow tractor for this year. Almost all set up. The plow's outside. Probably going to switch wheels and tires off the other tractor because it's wider, bigger. But my hydro drive works perfectly. Engine runs perfectly. Everything's good. Done exactly like I said, the plow, tire chains, minor things. But we did good for 250 bucks and it got delivered. Well, now I've made a total mess of things here. I get stuff all over, but I think I built a decent tractor. I finished up my foot pedal mod and I'll show you how I did that. Go in here, little metal failings and stuff. Well, if you watch when this rocks, that moves, and that's reverse, and that's forward. Well, I recut this as a nicer V, and I left a nice little lump in it right there for neutral. And now it has to go over this little hump, and then it runs into forward, or actually runs into reverse. And then get the same way with forward over there. It runs into forward, and it pops back to neutral very nicely every time. Okay, so there's our pedal drive job complete. Little speed, more speed. Oh, and I also shortened it here, so it's less movement on the pedal. It's a little jerky if you're not used to it, but it rolls right along, works perfect. So that's that mod. And of course, this lifter just wasn't going to do it for the plow, so I made a new lifter for the plow and straightened it out a little bit, and it works pretty nicely. Not bad. So we did good. This is it. First one I got delivered. There's the second one. Oh, let's see what this one does now. Oh, gonna make a liar out of it. I guess I can get rid of this hand lever. Oh, that's reverse. Oh, over there. Oh, there's forward. Oh, that's fun. And then you slam your fingers in there. Ow. No thanks. I like that better. Whee.